The internet, a vast, seemingly endless expanse of knowledge and connectivity. It has revolutionized the way we live, work, and communicate. A vast, interconnected web of information. It connects billions of people across the globe, allowing for the instant exchange of ideas and data. But what you see is just the surface. Beneath the familiar websites and social media platforms lies a hidden realm. Lurking beneath, shrouded in anonymity, is the dark web. A place where the light of the mainstream internet doesn't reach. A digital underworld teeming with secrets, dangers, and the promise of the forbidden. It's a place where illegal activities thrive, shielded by the cloak of anonymity. It beckons the curious, tempts the daring. The allure of the unknown draws many in, promising hidden treasures and forbidden knowledge. But within its digital depths, danger awaits. The dark web is a labyrinth of uncertainty, where every click could lead to peril. Those who venture unprepared often find themselves trapped in a web of their own making. The consequences can be dire, from identity theft to encountering malicious entities. The dark web is not for the faint of heart. It's a place where the lines between right and wrong blur, and the stakes are incredibly high. It's a place where the rules of the real world blur and disappear. The normal safeguards and protections of the internet are stripped away. A place where anonymity breeds impunity, and curiosity can have deadly consequences. The dark web is a realm where the shadows hold sway, and danger lurks at every corner. It's a place where our three friends are about to learn a terrifying lesson. As they delve deeper, they will discover that some doors, once opened, can never be closed. The allure of the unknown may lead them to a point of no return. Meet Ethan, Mia, and Noah. Three friends, bound by their shared love for technology and a thirst for the unknown. Ethan, the tech whiz, could navigate the digital world with his eyes closed. Mia, the skeptic, questioned everything but couldn't resist a good mystery. And Noah, the adventurous one, was always eager to push the boundaries. One evening, huddled in Ethan's basement, they stumbled upon a whispered legend, the dark web. A place where secrets were traded like commodities, and the impossible seemed within reach. Intrigued, they decided to see for themselves what lurked beneath the surface. Little did they know, they were about to open a door they couldn't close. Ethan, ever the expert, guided them through a labyrinth of encrypted tunnels and hidden pathways. His fingers danced over the keyboard with practiced ease, each keystroke unlocking another layer of the dark web's secrets. The group watched in awe, their eyes glued to the screen as Ethan navigated the digital maze with a confidence that belied the danger lurking in every corner. He spoke in hushed tones, explaining the precautions they needed to take to remain anonymous, to avoid leaving any trace. "Remember," he whispered, "one wrong move and we could be traced. Use a VPN, never reveal personal information, and always stay alert." His voice was steady, but the gravity of his words was not lost on them. They nodded, absorbing the weight of the responsibility that came with this clandestine journey. With each click, each loading page, a sense of unease settled over them, a mixture of fear and excitement. The dark web was a place of mystery and danger, a digital underworld where anything could happen. As they delved deeper, the thrill of the unknown was tempered by the ever-present risk of exposure. Their hearts raced with each new discovery, the adrenaline coursing through their veins. They ventured deeper, their screens filled with strings of nonsensical characters, cryptic messages, and forums discussing topics that sent shivers down their spines. The conversations they stumbled upon were both fascinating and horrifying, a glimpse into a world that operated outside the bounds of conventional morality. They read about illicit trades, secret societies, and conspiracies that seemed too outlandish to be true, yet were discussed with earnest seriousness. The air grew thick with tension, the silence punctuated by the tapping of keys and their own nervous breaths. Every sound seemed amplified in the stillness of the room, the click of the keyboard, the hum of the computer, the soft exhalations of their breath. They were acutely aware of the fragility of their anonymity, the thin veil that separated them from the prying eyes of those who would do them harm. They had entered a world unlike any they had ever seen, a world that whispered of danger around every corner. The dark web was a place where the rules of the surface world did not apply, where anonymity was both a shield and a weapon. As they navigated this treacherous landscape, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that unseen eyes were tracking their every move. It was a realm of shadows and secrets, where the line between friend and foe was blurred, and trust was a rare and precious commodity. As they explored, they discovered a treasure trove of information, some mundane, some shocking. They found marketplaces peddling illegal goods, forums dedicated to conspiracy theories, and chat rooms buzzing with conversations in coded language. They were both fascinated and repelled by what they saw, their curiosity battling with a growing sense of unease. But it was a live stream, tucked away in a hidden corner of a forum that caught their attention. The title, written in bold red letters, sent a chill down their spines. The Watchers. They exchanged uneasy glances. What could it be? Curiosity, like a siren's call, drew them in. Section 5. The Glitch. The live stream was slow to load, the screen flickering with static. Finally, an image emerged, grainy and distorted. It showed a dark room, sparsely furnished. A shiver ran down their spines. There was something unnerving about the stillness of the scene. Suddenly, the image flickered and a wave of static distorted the screen. Ethan muttered under his breath, his fingers flying across the keyboard. "What was that?" Noah asked, his voice tight with apprehension. Mia leaned closer, her eyes glued to the screen. "I don't know," Ethan replied, his brow furrowed in concentration. "It's like something's interfering with the signal." Section 6. A glimpse into their living room. The atmosphere was thick with tension, the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. The room was shrouded in darkness, with only the faintest glimmer of light casting long, eerie shadows. Then the image snapped back into focus. But something was different. The screen flickered, and for a moment, it seemed like a technical glitch. But as the image cleared, a sense of dread settled in. The room in the live stream was no longer empty. It was as if the space itself had come alive, filled with an unsettling presence that was almost palpable. There, in the center of the screen, sat a figure. The figure was shrouded in darkness, its features obscured, but its presence was undeniable. It was as if the shadows themselves had taken form. But it wasn't the figure that made their blood run cold, it was the background, the furniture, the layout. Every detail was hauntingly familiar. It was their living room. The realization hit them like a punch to the gut. The same couch, the same coffee table, even the same picture frames on the wall. It was an exact replica. Their faces, illuminated by the eerie glow of the laptop, were etched with horror. The screen's light cast a ghostly pallor over their features, highlighting the fear in their eyes. That's our apartment," Mia stammered, her voice barely a whisper. She could hardly believe what she was seeing, her mind racing to make sense of the impossible. Noah jumped up from his seat, his eyes darting around the room as if expecting to find someone watching them. His heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing the growing panic. "This has to be some kind of sick joke," he said, his voice tight with disbelief. He wanted to believe it was a prank, a trick of the light, anything but the terrifying reality that was unfolding before them. But deep down, he knew, this was no joke, this was real, and it was happening right now. Section 7. Fear's icy grip. Panic surged through them, icy and immediate. They were being watched, but how? Ethan, his face pale, quickly minimized the live stream. On the screen, a string of code flickered, taunting him with its complexity. "We need to shut this down," he said, his voice urgent. He tried to close the browser, but it wouldn't respond. The cursor moved erratically, as if controlled by an unseen hand. They were trapped, ensnared in a digital nightmare of their own making. Section 8. Desperate measures, unplug it! Mia cried, her voice shrill with panic. Ethan reached for the power cord but hesitated. What if this was a trap? What if disconnecting would only make matters worse? But there was no time to think. He yanked the cord, plunging the room into darkness. The sudden silence was deafening. They stood frozen, listening for any sound, any indication that they were no longer alone. Section 9. Disconnected but not free. They spent the rest of the night huddled together, the fear palpable in the air. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of leaves outside the window, sent shivers down their spines. They had escaped the digital abyss, but they were far from safe. The experience had shaken them to their core. The dark web, once a source of intrigue, now held a sinister significance. They had stared into its depths, and it had stared back. Section 10. Scars of the digital abyss. The days that followed were a blur of anxiety and paranoia. They changed their passwords, installed security cameras, and avoided going online unless absolutely necessary. But the fear lingered, a constant reminder of their harrowing experience. They had learned their lesson, but at a terrible price. The dark web, they realized, was not a game. It was a dangerous and unforgiving place where the lines between the virtual and the real could blur, with devastating consequences. Section 11. A warning echoed. The experience left an indelible mark on their lives. They rarely spoke of that night, but the memory lingered, a shadow in their past. They had been lucky, but they knew others who ventured into the dark web weren't so fortunate. Their story serves as a chilling reminder of the hidden dangers that lurk beneath the surface of the digital world. The dark web is a place of shadows and whispers, where curiosity can have deadly consequences. It's a place best left unexplored.